Well, hello there, and welcome to EVAP System 101 for Honda S2000 owners who have been looking to get the system working with AEM EMS version 1, and like me, didn't quite find all the answers you were looking for on the net, on the service manual, or even on the forums. So if you're like me, you ran into the problem that you install your AEM EMS version 1 on the car, and a little while after you started smelling fuel and your tank started building up a lot of pressure. And that is because unless you went into the settings on your AEM EMS and made certain adjustments, your system is not purging. So this page right here is from the S2000 service manual, and just give you a quick little rundown on how the system works. Alright, you have your gas tank right here, your fuel tank vapor control valve. Alright, has two outlets coming out of it. Both of them end up going to the EVAP canister. One is a direct line, which is the line that is used when you're filling up your car with fuel. That way you let all the air out and you can top it off. The second one goes through your two-way EVAP valve, and that's for the fuel pressure that gets built up while you're driving the car. Alright, when your sensor here senses a certain amount of pressure, it opens your two-way valve and allows the gases to go also into your EVAP canister. Now your EVAP canister also gets fresh air coming in, and there's one line that goes out to your EVAP canister purge valve, which is right here. And when this purge valve actuates, opens, vacuum from the intake manifold sucks all those gases out of your canister and mixes them up with your incoming air and fuel into your combustion chamber, burns those gases out. Alright, so that's basically a quick brief of how the EVAP system works on your car. Now, the reason why you're smelling fuel is because unless you make adjustments to your AEM EMS, this purge solenoid right here will never actuate, never letting the gases that build up inside the EVAP canister come out. So your EVAP canister becomes saturated and eventually starts leaking. And that's where you get your fuel smell from. Okay? So now, to the adjustments. So if you go to your manual for your AEM EMS 30-1052, you will come to this page right here. Alright, it tells you all the connections going to your EMS. You can see that A3 is your EVAP bypass solenoid valve, which is connected to your low side driver number 3. A4 is your EVAP control canister valve, which is connected to your low side driver number 5. And your A6 is your EVAP purge control solenoid, which is connected to the low side driver number 4. Alright, so this right here alone proves that this system was built to control your EVAP system. Unlike a lot of the information on the forums where people say that the AEM EMS does not control the system, to just rip it out of your car. I mean, it's your prerogative. You do with it whatever you want. But I'm here to show you that this is how you get the system to work. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to open AEM Pro. Alright. And this is the basic map that comes with the program. This is not the program that I have loaded to my car right now. For security reasons, I will not put that program out there. Call me skeptical, but that's just me. But this is how we get this system to work. So we come to Setup, Advanced Setup, EVAP Purge Control, and your Purge Options. Alright? You're going to come to the small screen right here. See, this is the reason why your system right now is not working. From factory, these options right here are all disabled. which is why your EVAP system is right now disabled. So your purge PWM output is going to be set to low side number 4. Purge valve number 1 out is going to be your low side number 3. And your purge valve number 2 out is going to be your low side number 5. Alright. So now you have assigned your EVAP purge control solenoid to low side number 4, your EVAP bypass solenoid valve to number 3, and your control canister vent to number 5, as per the manual. Now, yes, this actuates the system. Yes, this basically makes it active. However, there's a second setup that you need to be aware of when you're doing this, and that is the number right above. Your purge minimum throttle position sensor. Factory comes set at 30%, which is pretty high. What this means is that none of these outputs are going to actuate unless your throttle is at more than 30%. So for your system to purge, your gas pedal has to be pressed more than 30%. Now, 30% is pretty high in the RPM band. When I was doing the testing yesterday, and I was running on the highway at cruising speeds between 75 to 80 miles per hour, my throttle was only open anywhere from 15 to 18%. That's if I was going over a little overpass and the car had to pull a little bit more gas, we'll go to 18. While I was steady cruising on a straightaway, it was about 15%. So, unless on your drive you hit 30% or more in your throttle, and you know we all do, downshifting gears, trying to get up there, hit VTEC, and you know hear that engine screaming while we're speeding up. But that's not long enough for you to purge that tank. You know you need to be able to run that purge system for a couple of minutes to get rid of that pressure buildup in your tank and all those fuel vapors, because the purge solenoid minimizes the amount of vacuum coming in from the intake manifold. So you're not getting full vacuum in the inlet side on that solenoid. It's very minimum. If you want to test it, unplug the suction hose coming from the tank and turn on the car and set this to 0, so that way that solenoid is open, and put your finger on it and you will feel that it's a very faint suction on that solenoid. So what I did yesterday was, how about remind me tomorrow? Thank you. So what I did yesterday was, at first, I ran the car at 30% throttle, and I was watching it, seeing where in my RPM band I was hitting 30, and it was a few seconds here and there. Like I said, shifting through the gears, getting up to highway speed. I came to the house, shut the car off, opened my gas cap, and there was pressure built up in the tank. So I plugged in the computer to my EMS, made an adjustment, and set this number to 15%. And I went for a run again. Same exact run that I did before. Watch my throttle. It was mostly running 15.6, 15.8. And again, depending on the conditions on the highway, it jumped up to 18. Came back to the house, shut the car off, opened up my gas cap, and there was no pressure built up. So I know that the system was purging the whole time that I was running my car on the highway. So, tried and tested. I stand for it. If your solenoids are working on your system and you set it up like this, your EVAP system is going to run. Now, the thing with this is that when you set this at 15% or any percentage where you think that your car is going to be running for a little while, that you're going to be able to purge the system, the fumes that are coming in from that EVAP canister into the intake manifold are going to affect your mixture, your air-fuel ratio mixture. You know, mine, it went rich on some points, it went lean on some points on my fuel map. So I've yet to adjust for that, but you're going to need a little bit of tuning to your fuel map once you get this system operational. Now, again, this is what I have done in my car and what I have proven that works for me. You take this information and you use it as you want. The reason why I'm doing this quick video is because if you're looking at this, you had the same problem as I did. You read the forums. You see what a lot of people did with their systems when they put AEM EMS, which was pretty much just yank it off and just let the tank vent to the atmosphere. Which to me is a bad deal because fuel evaporates at atmospheric temperature, and I don't want my fuel tank to be depleting while it's sitting there in the garage doing nothing. So at least this way you keep the system sealed and intact, and it'll purge when it needs to. But yeah, I read in one of the forums somebody mentioning doing this. I didn't see any pictures, I didn't see any video, so I figured since I've went out and tested it in my car and I found it to work, I would share this with everybody else that has an AEM EMS version 1 of their vehicles and they're wanting to get rid of that pesky fuel smell or the build-up pressure in the tank. This is how you get AEM EMS version 1 to activate your purge system on your car. No need to rip it off, no need to plug anything, no need to buy no vented gas caps, check valves, all this other stuff. The system is not bothering anything in the car. It's not making it slower, it's not making it faster, it's making it safer. So I hope you find this information useful. If you have any questions, I will answer them for you to the best of my ability. I will ask that you please leave the negative comments to yourself. Again, I am making this video because I was looking for this information for a long time. Didn't quite find what I was looking for. And I know that if I would have seen a video like this a long time ago, I would have probably solved my issues a while ago. This is for the community. This is to share. I love my S2000, just like you guys do as well. And I want nothing to see you guys running at the best of your ability out there. We're here to help each other out and to make our cars run better and make them last longer, because as we know, Honda's not going to come out with another version. So long live the S2000. Thank you for watching. Hit that like button if this video was helpful. Subscribe to my channel, which I know it only has this one video for now, but I will post more as I continue to do updates and upgrades on my car to share with you guys. Thank you.